What up, everyone? You guys know who it is, Star Marvel 718. This is gonna be a quick little theory video characterization. Just my random thoughts on Zoro from One Piece. You guys know what One Piece is. All right, so let me just start with this. Um, my thoughts is gonna pretty much on where I feel always gonna be pushing Zoro to. Well, not pushing Zoro, but like his path for Zoro. Right. I feel he's gonna push Zoro into more of first crewmate seat, so he's gonna be more or less closer to like Rayleigh in the sense of he's gonna have more insight. He's gonna, be like Luffy's not. Should I say conscious? Because we all know Luffy goes off half cocked, running, fighting, craziness, things like that. So I think Zoro's gonna be like more of Luffy's straight man character. Like we know Usopp is straight man character, but I think Usopp is the reader's straight man character. He's like your regular guy. He's not the superpower dude. He's like, me and you in the One Piece world is like you got these people that could lift mountains that's like 20 feet tall, that does all this crazy shit, and like as a regular person you're like, fuck that. Like, nah, you guys can have that. But get back on track. Alright, what's hockey? Hockey is like will, ambition, things like that. I feel Zoro is not gonna unlock King's hockey. I think he's gonna showcase it. And the reason why I think he's gonna showcase it this arc, because this is supposed to have been Zoro's arc where, his characterization, like how Sanji had whole cake and everything, and we're seeing like Sanji's resolve with the whole wedding thing, and how he was willing to sacrifice himself to protect his family, the Straw Hats and even Zeph and things like that, and the rest of the Bright Pirates. I feel like in a situation that went on with Ace, how Ace unlocked hockey at the time when him and Luffy and Sabo was, Sabo there? No, Sabo wasn't there. When he first unlocked King's hockey. I'm thinking Zoro is going to showcase, like, you know what, this is the real world. I think he's going to have like a real serious fight, with opening his eye, new techniques, the two new swords and stuff that he has access to. I'm thinking Zoro's going to display Conqueror's heart. I think he probably already had it, but he just never had a real reason to show it off. I'm thinking that once he does this, everything about his character is going to really change. He's not going to get lost. He's going to have more vice. He's going to be more outspoken, especially towards Luffy. Because have we seen like how Rayleigh was with Roger? How Rayleigh was like the one where he's always like talking back to Roger. He talks to Roger as if, like, even though it's captain and subordinate dynamics, it's more like, we're equals. Like, Luffy treats all the crew members equals, but it's like more and more of an equal to a point where it's like, yeah, the captain is strong, but the first mate is strong to like, you know what? I'm gonna bust your ass. Then I'm gonna turn around, fall into the depths of hell, fight with you through hell, and then come right back out. So I'm thinking like this arc is gonna be where Zoro's gonna showcase the Conqueror's hockey. He's not gonna be alone. And the reason why I say it, because like when we first got introduced to Zoro was pretty much a lone wolf, but he had a name and he was Pirate Hunter Zoro, things like that. And I believe the reason why he was locked up with Helmeppo and the other guy was because he was like sacrificing himself for like a young lady or something like that. It's been a long time since I read or even watched like those early episodes and early chapters. But I'm just going off of like memory. So I'm thinking, because Oda always showcased, or he beginning showcase Zoro as a lone wolf, and then you see Zoro little by little transition into like being part of this like family dynamic, this pack and things like that. But we started to see like during Wano, he's still doing like his own thing. Like he's not really with the Straw Hats. He's like still doing a lot of his own trials. So I'm thinking this is gonna be an arc to where Zoro's gonna be more family crew orientated. And once he realized like, you know what, like we gotta stick together, like we gotta get stronger together, I think that's when he's gonna start showcasing like that power, because because for me, a good example is like Karakuri. Karakuri had Conqueror's Hockey, and a lot of people saying like, oh, because he's Big Mom's son, he got a Yonko's blood run through his veins, things like that. I think what made Karakuri such a good candidate or proper candidate for King's Hockey, one, he's a natural born leader, all right, and two, because he have like that big brother like love for all his siblings. It doesn't matter like how powerful his siblings are, how old his siblings are. Because you remember, he's 48, and like so Perospero was like what 50 years old, and then his siblings go so on and so on. Even with like Brule, who's probably in her 40s, she definitely got to be in her 40s. He was still like big bro looking at, and like, she's a grown woman, but that's what I'm saying, like because he had like that family bond, like that. This is my family. I have to protect them. That's what I think that comes. And I'm starting to see like people who have, well, outside of like Doflamingo, who have like the Conqueror's Hockey. They tend to be like protective of their family. But even Doflamingo, even of his crew, he was fairly protective of his crew. Not thinking about it. So maybe King's Hockey is more or less the will to conquer all, but also to protect all. Now thinking about it like that just dawned on me. Maybe it is like because Doflamingo, as fucked up as he is, and like Kaido and how these guys want war and want like pure destruction, they still have like this like protection of their crew almost type of dynamics. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I know. Like this is like not completely like thought out, whatever. Like that's why I read these videos kind of random because I feel like when it's too formulaic, it's kind of fake. I'm not gonna say fake because there's a lot of YouTubers out there who do One Piece videos and they great material, great stuff, and it's way more polished than like what I'm making right now. Because this is just like very offbeat type of shit. But as you guys can see, like how random it is and everything, it's like nothing made up. It's just like off top of the head. All right, so getting back to Zoro. So I said King's Hockey, unlocking it. Direction's gonna get better. Equal Luffy. Him pretty much being like Luffy's conscious. He can be like Luffy's straight man. Let me see. And obviously like with Emma and everything like that is going with Zoro's power up. Like, and if you know anything about like Buddhism, stuff like that, you already know like there's like 7 different worlds. Or probably don't know, but Zoro's next level is gonna, or his highest level, I think for this is gonna be like God mode, because with Buddhism, it's like what is it? The 7 different worlds, like the heavens, something like that, or hells. I forgot what it was again. I believe it is worlds. It's like what is it? Animals, humans, beasts, demons, gods, and like gods are the top of things. Like we have like enlightenment. So I'm guessing Zoro's gonna go into like a God mode. There's a lot of other YouTubers talk about that more in depth. I believe what was it, like One World Panda, Mr. Morge, it's like Morj. I think that's how you pronounce it, Morge, and Brago DH. I believe talk about it too as well. But for me, I think going back to Zoro and what Oda's gonna do with him, I think Zoro, because obviously he's based off the Ryuma one-shot novel Monsters. He's a Ronin, and Zoro always been displaying very Ronin-like characteristics. So, the difference between like a samurai and a Ronin is, they both still have Bushido. They both still have, their swordsmanship. They still have their beliefs and stuff like that. Just that one serves, like a daimyo, a lord, things like that. One's like, I'm gonna say one's royalty, but one has a mission. While Ronin is more of a free spirit, he's serving no lord. He's just a wandering samurai. So I'm thinking, since Zoro is obviously a wandering samurai, that's why he can't, that's why he's always getting lost and things like that. I think once he gets to the point to where he's like, you know what, I gotta focus. I gotta stop playing around. Because even back then, the part between Wano and Hokage, when he was saying to Luffy, like, pretty much, you're messing around here. Like, you're challenging 2 Yonkos. This is not gonna be easy. Like, what are you doing? I think he said words that were serious and like, you know, everyone could like really pay attention and everyone could like take it deep. But I think he wasn't taking it too that serious himself. So I think once he gets to a point where he's like, you know what, I got to up my game. Right, this is new world. We're fighting against two Yonkos, not one at a time, both at a time, and they have a damn alliance. So I'm thinking Zoro's gonna turn around and just be like, fuck it. So Oda's gonna have Zoro main character, so he's gonna get like a crazy power boost, but power boost in the sense of like characterization. I think he's gonna definitely lean into that role of right hand man, like that first crewmate, because a lot of people, like for me, a lot of people feel that Jinbei's a better choice, which I agree, because Jinbei, he's older, he's a more experienced pirate, and just because he's older and that experience that he has as a pirate, I think he'd be great advice. But I think Jinbei's role will be best as like the crocus of the team, in the sense that he's like the old man in the team, the wise man, and Zoro will go and talk to different people, getting different experiences and different knowledge and stuff like that. And then from there, he's going to use that knowledge that he has and he's going to help his captain on his journey. So I'm thinking this is going to be Zoro's growth and characterization in the sense of like, not so much like for battle shonen type of characterization, but more or less like Senin. Like that Senin, he's going to turn around, he's going to grow as a person. Because remember, Zoro was only, what, 21? 21 is still a young man. That's still a young man, and he's still finding his way. And Luffy's 19, so you know Luffy's still he's an adult, but he's still a kid in so many senses. So I'm thinking this is going to be definitely an arc where Zoro's going to grow maturity-wise. I think he's going to get to a point where like sometimes you're going to have like a little gag where they fighting back and forth. He's still going to have the his normal little gag like the drinking and probably dozing all type of stuff, but I think like he's gonna really change up. I can really see him being a young parallel to Rayleigh, because like even when Roger met Rayleigh was like, what was he like? I think he was like by the water, sitting down, chilling, drinking, and then he even then when he was a young man, he still had that old man charisma about him, where you know. You see Roger's like laughing and joking like Luffy, but just like nonchalant type of shit. Like, you know what, I'm having fun. So I could definitely see Zoro moving to that Rayleigh type of character. It's like he's gonna be the straight man. He's gonna definitely be the straight man for Luffy. But right now I gotta cut it and go. Then if I get any other thoughts and stuff like that, things like that, like characterization, like little mini theories, definitely will put it up. So, you know, like, subscribe, Star Marvel 718. I'm out.